There are no rules as to when you should decide to have something new in your life. I decided that I want my YouTube channel to be monetized. I don't have a big channel. Somewhere, somehow, my YouTube channel got monetized. There was a time I decided I wanted a certain amount of money. It was purely by faith. I printed a blank check and then I wrote a check to myself. I wrote this amount in dollars. I wrote it in my name, like a check to myself, as if I have it already. I kept it in my book.
A few moments later.
Then I realized that I actually have more than 2 times that amount that I wrote on the check in my account. I'm like, what? I wanted to change my laptop. I know it's something very small. Guess what? I have the MacBook now. Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra. If you're new here, hey, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I have had some experience with vision boards and just setting goals. And that is one thing that when I got to know, or when I realized, I was like, oh, okay, you know what? Then let me dream. I mean, nothing is stopping me, nothing is hindering me from dreaming big. Dreams are free. It's all dependent on you, how you want your life to be like in the end. I personally do not wait for the beginning of the year. I can even decide in the middle of the year or somewhere in a random month, I can decide that I want a fresh start. And I have had many fresh starts. I believe in making vision boards or dream board, as some people would call it. I don't know what you have been through, but I would want to encourage you to begin again. I would want to encourage you to start again. I'd want to encourage you to have something new in your life. You can always start again. That is something that should register in your mind. You can always start again. It's your life. You decide how you want to live it. You decide when you want a fresh start. You decide when you want new things in your life. I just want you to know that if you decide right now that I want to change my life, if you decide right now that I want something different than what I'm experiencing, you can have it. You have to make the decision yourself that I want right now at this point to change my life. I want right now at this point to have a fresh start. In as much as I want you to be grateful for what you have right now, it doesn't mean that you cannot want more. The fact that you are content, the fact that you are grateful for where you are right now does not mean that you cannot dream, you cannot want more. There is always more. I also decided that I wanted to change my laptop. I know it's something very small. I wanted something different. I wanted a MacBook. And then, guess what? I have the MacBook now. I know it's something small. People wouldn't put it on their vision board, but I put even tiny things on my vision board. Why do I put tiny things on my vision board? It's because if I'm able to achieve those tiny things, they kind of encourage me. They give me the faith that I need. They make me believe more in the vision board, and they give me the strength, to believe in the bigger dreams. I wanted a kind of sneakers, and so I put it on my vision board, and somewhere, somehow, someone gifted me that sneakers. These are little things, but I still chose to put on my vision board. So how do you go about it? First of all, you have to begin with the end in mind. Think about how you want your life to look like at the end. Where are you right now, and where do you want your life to be like? So I want you to write down how you want your life to be like at the other side. Right? If you decide to change your life, how is it going to look like at the other side? Just go out and dream. Try to write a lot of things, right? Go out, just dream. Then after that, you can choose your top 10 that should involve your long-term goals and your short-term goals. Short-term goals are really important. They will give you the confidence, they will give you the faith for the bigger goals. So I want you to include short-term and long-term goals. So you have to make sure that your goals that you're setting, they are smart. I don't want to get into it so much, but you can actually Google it, how to set SMART goals. Your goals have to be specific, they have to be measurable, they have to be attainable, and they have to be relevant, they have to be time bound. Basically, they need a deadline. If you hear any noise in the background, there is a check that is close by. I really cannot film this video any other time. I only can film it now because I'm so busy. So please bear with me. What I usually do, I go to Pinterest and then I look for the things that encourage me or remind me or represent my dreams or my goals. Think about it. How do you want your life to look like in your academics, in your love life? How do you want your life to look like? You can dream, you can write all that down. And remember that goals are dreams with deadlines. So if you don't have any deadline, you're just dreaming, which is good, but you need to have a deadline. What deadlines do for me? Deadlines push me and they push my brain to look for ways to achieve what I have set. When I don't have any deadline, it's like I want to achieve it one day, and one day never comes. Okay, so you need to set a deadline. Make sure that you are setting goals. Apart from you dreaming, make sure that you're setting goals, because remember, goals are dreams with deadlines. After you have gone to Pinterest to look for images that represent your dreams, there are ways to do this. The normal way is to get a board. That's why it's called vision board or dream board. The normal way is to get a board and you cut them out, you put them on it, you try to pin it to the board, or maybe sellotape it or glue it to the board, something like that. I used to do that too, but I realized that especially if you don't have your own place, sometimes you may be uncomfortable with people seeing the things that you're dreaming about. Sometimes you want to do things low-key, you just don't want any negativity. For me, I started with a board, but very soon after that I realized that it wasn't going to help me. So I decided to do it in my book. I call it like my dream book. So I put it in this book and then I sellotape it in the book, right? So mine is because that book is a book that I open it almost every day, not every day, but almost every day. I open it regularly, often. So that is where I put these goals and these photos that remind me of the things that I want in my life. I put them there. Basically, the point here is to put it at a place where you're going to see it constantly. There is no point if you dream and then you just put it somewhere that you forget about it. No, you need to keep it right before your eyes. You need to see it every single day. You need to see it regularly, because the more you see it, the more your brain is going to look for how to achieve it. The more you see it, the more God is going to give you inspiration, on how to get there, inspiration and the strength that you need also to get to where you want to be. So the point here is to just get it right before your eyes. Make sure it's at a place where you see it every single day. So you can choose to do it in the form of the board, or you can choose to do it in your book, if you don't want negativity or you don't want people singing it. But if you have your own place, or you don't really care about it, you can keep it on the board and keep it right before your eyes. Make sure you're seeing it every single time. There is something I read somewhere that says your mind moves towards the images that it sees constantly. What you're doing by seeing it every time, you are also convincing yourself to believe. Remember that if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. Remember that when it's out of sight, it is like out of mind. So there is no point really trying to set your goals or make your vision board and that you hide it somewhere that you see it only the next year. That's what people do mostly when it comes to New Year resolution. They set their goals, but they don't really look at it again until the end of the year, or somewhere getting to the end of the year. That's when people look at it again. That is not going to be your story. You have to make sure you're constantly seeing what you have decided to achieve. And when the board is up, you have to make sure that you do a little bit of practice spirituality. I don't know what you believe in, if it's Allah, if it's Buddha, whatever. I want you to practice spirituality over it. Either you pray about it, committing it to God. The more you pray, the more I believe that you're going to have ideas, right? And you're going to have the strength to actually move towards that goal. You won't know how it's going to be, but you're going to achieve it. That is not to say that you will never think about the how, but you're going to have ideas. The more you see, the more you're constantly seeing it, the more your brain is going to, look for ways. Maybe at the time when you are actually setting the goal, you don't know what in your life can give you the $5,000, but the more you see it, the more I see the check, that $5,000, the more I'm gonna have ideas. My brain is going to be like, okay, what if you try this? Have you tried this before? Let's try this. Maybe that can, bring you the money. Have you tried this? Let's do this. Oh, God is even going to give you ideas. I believe in God inspired ideas. That is a story for another day, but God can give you ideas. God is going to give you ideas on how to position yourself to have the kind of things that you want in your life. And let me tell you, if somebody or you yourself, if you're telling yourself that you are delusional for dreaming big, or someone tells you that you're delusional for dreaming big, it takes people who are delusional to actually change the world. It's only the people who are crazy enough to believe that they can change the world that actually change the world. I believe the same thing. It's only people who are delusional enough to dream that actually have the kind of life that they want. All the things that have been invented, they were once someone's idea. They were once thought by someone. It began with a thought, and then they went ahead and looked for the how, and then voila, the invention came about. So who are we to say that we are delusional for dreaming big? You have to actually be delusional if you really want the kind of life that you want. You're thinking, what if I don't achieve it? Or what if you achieve it? If you don't achieve it, you actually don't lose anything, okay? You don't lose anything by not achieving it. But if you don't dream, you don't even know your chances of achieving it. If you don't pray about it, you don't even know your chances of having it. Why don't you ask for a fresh start? Maybe you have been so tired. Maybe the past couple of years have really been hard for you, but you can always have a fresh start as long as you're dreaming your life. You stop dreaming, you lose hope. That is when you stop dreaming. I don't know if you've lost hope, but I believe as you've watched this video, it has encouraged you to look for your hope again. It has encouraged you to dream again, to become that girl again. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to forward this to a friend who needs it, especially for people who are growing up. If you know a teenager, you can just send this video to them. Okay? So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.